Do you have an agenda, cause, or an axe to grind with the township or anyone in the township?
No.
What's your opinion on property rights and zoning?
I think that'll be up to the property owner.
That's all the questions I have. Anything I have?
Yes, I'm good.
Any questions?
Rick and I know each other.
All right.
So which one next?
G.
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 I did it.
G.
Are you talking to him solicitor, but yes, we're gonna discuss them, get a little bit more. Somebody's gotta come go down, somebody's gotta go on.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born here and lived here all my life, worked coal mines for 40 years, had a farm and farmed all my life. So, I just hate to see the dissension and it's gonna be hard to replace Mike. I feel that way anyhow, but, I'd just like to see things run a little smoother in that there. But, no, if I can do any good, I'll do my best, I can tell you that much. Like I said, I had all my life here, and I was fortunate enough to have good parents. And, that's about it. I like to hunt and fish.
What is your view of the role of a township supervisor?
The role of the township, well, my view is, I've been a local union president, was one for 19 years. And I'm a firm believer in majority rule. You know, I mean, if I vote or that, it's gonna be what I think the most of the people out here want, not just what I want. So that's the thing that I believe in, and to do the best for the township too, you know. But that's what I think a guy should do, not for the benefit of himself or one or two people.
Why do you want the position?
Like I said, I just want, I'd like to have a little more unity, and maybe I could help things there, I don't know.
Do you have an agenda, cause, or axe to grind with the township or anybody in it?
No, I've never had no problems with the township, no.
What is your opinion on property rights and zoning?
Well, as much taxes as we pay in that there, I think the property owner should be, just like myself. I didn't believe in the zoning because if my grandkids wants to put a sign up down at the end of the road and sell sweet corn, I don't think that they ought to have to come in here and pay for a permit to do it. And if I have a little bit of hay left over, I don't think that I should have to come in here and pay for a permit to do it. Or if my grandson cuts wood and has over one cord, I don't think he should have to build a building to put it in. So, you know, that's my opinion on that stuff. I think that we pay enough taxes, we ought to be able to have a few rights.
Okay. Anybody got any questions? Doug? All right. you.
Okay.
Who's next?
Pete.
P. I don't know the last word anymore.
Pete. Anybody else have any questions? Have any questions?
No. We know most of the local people.
This is like campaign.
We know most of the local people. The lawyers, we don't.
John, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Married, got a couple kids, live here in the township. I manage a business just up the street from here, employ 18 people. What are you looking for?
Whatever, it's up to you.
What is your view of the role of the township supervisor?
Not be intrusive. Stay out of the people's way.
Say it again.
Stay out of the people's way.
What was the first thing?
And not be intrusive.
Oh, intrusive. Oh, okay.
Small government.
Yeah. Why do you want this position?
Because the township needs to move forward. There's a lot of infighting. This room's split. I see it in the crowd. I see it on the board. I don't really have ties to anybody here at all. And I believe I'd be a neutral party in it. And we just need to move forward.
Do you have an agenda, cause, or axe to grind? What's your opinion on property rights and zoning?
My only stance ever with the zoning was, I thought the people should vote on it. That wasn't an option, and that was the only reason I was against it. Property rights, it's your property, you should be able to do what you want with it. As long as you're not in danger or hurting anybody else.
Anybody else got anything? Thank you.
I'll send you a gentleman up.
Send in R. I'm pretty can't get in.
What's Ben's character?
Doug, do you not have access to that now?
I turned in my key card.
Your numbers still work.
I don't know, last time I tried it didn't work.
I tried it, that's, I actually have a new card.
I don't have one, I don't want one. It's by my choice. Lee, tell us about yourself.
What would you like me to tell you about?
Well, I know about you, but
42 years in the government, worked with the Department of Defense, in civil engineering. And if anybody knows anything about what we do in civil engineering, we take care of the entire base and all of its facilities. The base is very much like a small city, 4,000, 5,000 people, military-wise, and probably another 1,000 in civil service, civilians. And anything that breaks, that window breaks, carpet shop goes out and replaces the windows. Bought a new building, we build the building. Sewer breaks, we go fix the sewer, plumbing, whatever, electrical, everything. So, as far as working with municipalities, it's the same state type of job. I worked as production control superintendent. My responsibility was everybody in the squadron. I had to set up the jobs. I had to see the materials we were there for them to work with, start them off, then keep track of everybody and every hour that they spent on jobs. So, you know, EPA, we constantly work with EPA with lead abatement, asbestos abatement, and those type of things. The power companies that worked around our area, I know power. Working with a lot of people, and a lot of times, a lot of supervision. I had 30 guys in my shop I supervised. So, working with people is my business.
What's your view of the role of a township supervisor?
The role of a township supervisor to me is very simple. It's to work for the people, do what the people want to have done.
Why do you want this position?
Why do I want this position? Because I think I can bring something to the community. I have no political aspirations, I have no personal interest with anything. Therefore, I'm open-minded to work with the community, with what the community people want me to have done.
Do you have an agenda, cause, or action item?
No, I do not. Not even with you, Ed. Kathy, maybe there's, no.
Yeah, that I would believe.
What is your opinion on property rights and zoning?
I believe in zoning, because I believe in what it brings to the community. Property rights, I believe in the rights of the individual person, but I also, in that same statement, I believe in my rights, as well as I believe in your rights. If you're doing something that infringes on my rights, then I believe I have the right to do something about it.
Okay, anybody else?
Really? Tammy? Kathy?
No, we tried to ask her the same questions, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what do you want us to do? You want four of us to step outside and wait?
That's up to you guys.
I just assume you decide now if that's possible.
JD, being that you're the vacancy chair, and nobody had, you didn't get a chance to ask any questions. If there's anything you want to.
Nor would I,
I mean, I just so you have that ability.
right, but that doesn't come into play, I don't come into play
I
unless you guys
understand, I
can make a
understand that, but if
decision.
you have questions, I'm not sure that we're going to get a chance to interview them again if it goes to the vacancy board.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm just saying you may not.
As I understand it, I have no say or don't come into play unless you guys are
That's-
split and can't make a decision.
That's correct.
So I have no authority. It's only if you don't, and then we have to have a separate meeting.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
No question about that.
All right.
I mean, if it's open, that means if it's open to everybody to ask questions, that's fine, but
I'd rather not,
that's fine.
like,
That's-
just like with the lawyers, throw them to the wolves, it'll be, yeah. First, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that applied, or volunteered, or whatever you wanna call it. We had 6, 2 withdrew. I know one had to withdraw because of his job, but, so.
I make a motion, we appoint Jonathan Plants.
I'll second. You want to discuss it? No? How do you vote?
Tammy,
No.
Kathy,
Yes.
Doug,
No,
Ed,
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion that defer this to the vacancy board when the time is appropriate. We'll make anything after the 18th.
So you just want to punt then?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what you're saying?
Yes, sir. That's the motion.
Motion to,
Defer the vote to the vacancy board and they can meet as the law requires, which I think anytime after the 18th.
that's 30 days from when we accept it.
Yes.
They didn't, I
Yeah.
don't understand that, because they thought they should vote for you.
Okay.
They didn't vote.
Unless there's some thought to think that there were, people would vote differently, and then we could go and continue to vote 3 more times.
Shouldn't you?
Do it. Vote 3 more
Well, I don't know
times.
how anybody's gonna vote, Doug.
Yeah, You wanna?
I have no objection to it.
I'll make a motion, well, we. you're
I'll
right.
withdraw that, that's
All
fine.
right, I'll make a motion, we take Tom Greaves.
I'll second it.
How do you vote?
That's scary.
Kathy,
Yes.
Tammy,
No.
Doug,
No,
Ed,
Yes.
I'll make a motion to appoint Lee Rogers.
You need to get a second.
Anyone want a second? Who do we leave out? That's gonna die, it looks like.
Okay.
Nobody wants to second it?
Then I move we appoint Rick Fiddler.
Rick Fiddler.
Is that all of them?
That's all.
Mhm.
I'll second your motion.
You'll second the motion for Fiddler? Got a motion and a second. How do you vote?
Tammy,
Yes.
Kathy,
No.
Doug,
Yes.
Ed.
No.
There you go.
Okay.
Now I'm back to my motion.
You don't need it. You don't need your
Yeah.
motion.
We have to make a motion how to name them.
It has to go to them now, right?
So we'll have to the 18th.
After,
Yeah.
in 2 days,
Yeah.
3 days.
Doesn't it have to be advertised?
Yes.
So you have to decide on the name and you have to advertise it, just say the word.
Okay.
And JD will sit as the chair.
Ed,
Yeah. But you have 15 days.
That's
To
correct.
have a meeting.
Yeah.
That's correct.
15 days starts after the 18th.
Starting on the 18th, yeah.
Does anybody know what the deadline is on the response to the lawsuit? If we're gonna be without an attorney, it looks like until then.
I believe he has 10 days. He has to give us a 10-day notice, and he has not done that yet.
Who needs to use 10-day notice?
Mr. Lanich.
Okay. That's your legal opinion?
That's what my lawyer said, yes.
So,
So why should we believe your lawyer?
Because it's the only one we have currently.
No, we don't.
No, the board does it, you do.
Well, I would like to think that my lawyer would defend me as readily as the township.
But your lawyer has also threatened to sue the township in your letter that you put out.
Yes.
So how can she sue you if she's working for you?
She sues everybody but me.
Okay.
Is
That's
it partial?
completely off track. JD, do you have a preference?
I would say time's of the essence, but the same token, I don't know if, do we have to wait? If anybody
Have
knows
to
the
wait
correct
until-
answer, do you have to wait till after the 18th
Yes.
to
Yes.
advertise it?
That's correct.
Yes, you have to wait till after the 18th to have a meeting, and you have 15 days to hold a meeting. It
Okay,
has to be advertised and legally put in the paper and everything, just like a meeting.
so I would suggest that you set the meeting for next Monday, 7 o'clock. Unless, or accepting that the decision's made before the 18th. But I don't know if you guys, I don't think you can do that without having another meeting, so.
Right.
If-
We got 2 former supervisors here. I'd be glad to appoint either one of them. I move we appoint Mr. McAdoo as the, fill the
You,
remainder of the term,
Doug,
or to the election.
you
Can't
can't,
do that.
you can't do
Oh, I
that.
can, absolutely I can.
Hold on a minute, I'm gonna cover that. You can't do that because you guys put a deadline, but, listen,
I hear you, JD.
just no, you don't,
Yes, I
because
do.
you have, I've said what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna cover that. You can't do that because you guys put a deadline on it. So what I'm gonna propose, you guys had a deadline of noon on the 1st, all right? So set the meeting for Monday the 22nd, 7 o'clock. Any and all interested parties can put in their notice.
Does that mean it's open?
Listen,
I'm
Doug,
asking you a question. Does that mean that it's open to everybody again?
if you'd let me finish, that's what I'm saying,
Okay.
okay? Any and all interested parties can give notice up to and including the time of the meeting. You can walk in at 7 o'clock on the 22nd, hold up your hand and say, you know what I mean, I'm putting in for the position, or just write on a piece of paper. Notice of interest, doesn't have to be a letter form. You
What was the
can-
date, JD?
I'd say next Monday,
Next Monday is the,
if that's agreeable with you guys, but what I'm saying, if there's somebody in this room or in this township also that has interest, I don't think there should be a limit on it if they wanna step forward at the night of the meeting. If they don't like what they hear, whatever, and they wanna say, hey, you know what, I wanna throw my name in the hat, then I don't think it should be limited. So I would say up until and including the time of the meeting, that it's open.
But is that your opinion, or is that the way it's supposed to be? Because then you just wasted these 4 people's.
No, they're included. I'm
And
not-
they had, well, let me finish. They had to do their financial statements and everything else. I mean, it wasn't just,
No, I wasn't aware of that.
they didn't do financial
Don't they?
statements and
Do they
stuff.
not?
No.
do they not
Look,
have
you're
to
in
at
there.
some point?
Once they're
Monday
appointed,
first.
once they're appointed, nobody had to do
Okay.
that.
Tammy, I'm not excluding anybody. I'm saying
All right.
they're all in, but they didn't make a decision on
All right.
any of the 4 that are in. So if somebody else wants to throw their hat in the ring,
We
they are
have to
all 4
advertise it
still.
in the paper too. Is the 22nd enough time to get it in there and have
And if
it
it's
run?
not, bump it back. I'm just saying, if you have to wait,
Yeah, you got time.
It's Good Friday and Easter is this week.
It's all right, as long as they're 24 hours notice.
No, I mean for the advertising is what I'm talking
You still have 24 hours notice.
All right. So, somebody I'll make a motion that we set a meeting for the 22nd, 7 o'clock. Anyone that wants to apply can apply, and JD will be up front here handling it.
I mean, they can do it ahead of time, but if they wanna walk in at 7 o'clock that night and throw their hat in the ring, they're welcome to do it.
All right, I also will add to that motion that we advertise the meeting in the legal fashion.
And if you think it needs to be later than that to give it more time, so be it. You got issues there that you wanna get resolved.
What did you say, Tom?
Are you gonna put in the ad that you're gonna accept applications right up till that time? You would know it before.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't know the values in that part of it. I only know what I was told.
We already did that, and we got 6, or 4.
Well, you certainly should put it in the ad that it's open for any interested parties.
We have to advertise it anyway.
What is it? I don't know, I didn't ask them that, I just asked them the procedure. I just know that it was, if there's a stalemate after the board, the vacancy board doesn't kick in until after the 30 days. You have
30 days
15
has to expire before the vacancy board kicks in.
Right, and then
It's
trying
good for
to
15
advertise
days,
for
then it
the.
goes to common pleas court, and JD will be the one petitioning the court.
Bump it back if you wanna make it a week after, if you've done it to take effect to the 18th. If you only got, so the 15 days starts on the 18th.
Yeah.
So if you wanna make it the following Monday, or, well, they're saying it might not be enough time.
You have until May 3rd. May 3rd, your deadline, 15 days after.
I think we'll be able to do it. Personally.
So after the 18th, so you can advertise it till the 19th, right?
Yeah.
Is there any possibility you guys can go into executive session and try to work it out?
It's not an executive session item.
No, it's
Hold
not.
on.
They're not employees now. It's an employee thing.
Okay. I had a motion, right?
I'm gonna text you.
To advertise it for the 22nd, 7 o'clock, take all comers.
Open interview.
Yeah.
Open
And
interview,
again, I guess my motion died.
because that's gotta be a public meeting anyway.
Anyone from that side of it.
Anybody want a second? Doug had a motion to appoint Bus. Does anybody want to second that?
And move on.
All right. I got a motion to advertise the meeting for the 22nd and take all comers.
I'll set him.
Got a motion and a second.
I don't agree with taking all comers. I think these guys put their names out there, their faces out there, they sat here. I think they deserve better than somebody off the cuff deciding on a whim. These guys, I think honestly have thought about it.
Okay, so we're in discussion. We got a motion and a second. So what's your suggestion then?
I think
The vacancy board
should
should
interview the four
Inter-
people, yeah,
interview the people that we just interviewed or pick from them.
yes, I do.
I'm good with that because it was open to everybody and those are the four that remained. I'm actually good with that. We know they're interested. As opposed to somebody stumbling through the door.
They'd have to be drunk to volunteer, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. So, what do you want to do? We got a motion and a second, right? So we'll vote on that, and if it fails, then we'll vote on, we'll change it. We could amend
Either
it.
amend it, or he can do what he's saying, he
Yeah.
can die, or it can fail, and then you can.
How would I amend it? I'd have to amend it to say,
Doug would have to amend it, because he's the one that made it, right?
No, that one died.
Ed made it.
just the motion to have a meeting
Of the vacancy.
of the vacancy board. And advertise it. JD,
Tammy or Kathy or Doug or any of you that know more about this than I do, or anybody else, correct me if I misunderstand, okay? You guys have till the 18th to decide,
Yes.
correct? If you guys come to a conclusion and make that decision by the 18th, that's it.
Correct.
If you do not, it falls to me, to the vacancy board, which I am the chairman.
Correct.
Then I set the meeting.
Yes.
I set the rules for the meeting. I'm the chairman of the meeting.
That is correct.
Okay,
You're the chairman
so
of
you
that.
guys got till the 18th to make a decision. If you don't make a decision,
then
if you wanna wait to set the meeting after the 18th, that's fine. If you wanna set it later than the 22nd, that's fine.
He's the
But if you're gonna set it,
board.
I'm saying that it should be open to any resident of Donovan Township that wants, that will step forward into this mess and put their name in a hat.
I agree with you.
And that can be done, you advertise it as an opening interview. Cohen Oil, Rough Creek Markets, open interview, 12 to 3 on Sunday. Anybody that's a resident that's willing to step up and step into one of them chairs, that'll put their name in there, they should be able to show up at 7 o'clock on that night. Shouldn't have to have it in by noon on any day before or whatever. Because what if they don't find out, what if they're out of town and they find out about it that day? If they want to show up, they can put in a letter of notice, letter of interest, or they can show up and stand up and speak up.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, if you guys make a decision by the 18th, that's fine, and if not, that's how I'm setting the meeting.
We got a motion and a second, right?
He needs a solicitor to do this.
So you,
Yeah, I don't get that.
And he has vacancy chair, he's going to open it up to everybody. He,
By-
I think he can do that, if he chooses to do that.
well, here's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but no, no.
He just breaks the tie.
No, no, no.
Okay.
No,
He
he
becomes-
has to-
He's the chair of the
He's
board.
the chair of the board.
It goes to, it's a whole different board. It's not, I'm not stepping in as a board member and breaking the tie.
That's right.
It's a whole other board. That vacancy board consists of you four and myself.
Yeah, and you have a length of time, you have 15 days.
15 days.
So you may not decide that night, it may be the following week, you know, it's up to the board.
Just as you guys got 18 days.
You're right.
Or, you know, till the 18th, 30
I think
days.
it's correct.
Okay. But so it doesn't matter what we say then, is what I'm getting at. by default, come Thursday, it's in your hands.
As of the 19th.
The only
You
thing
guys
we
got
should, the only
till
thing we
18th
need to do is approve the
Advertise.
funding
To advertise.
to advertise, is what I'm telling
That's
you.
it.
But you don't do that till after the 18th, because then if you guys would make a decision, don't spend the money.
Well, you can approve it and not spend it.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
All we need to do is approve the funding,
If necessary.
if necessary, to advertise the meeting. You are in charge of it.
I'll
then.
make it as a motion.
We gotta dispense with the other motion, right? We got a motion and a second, right?
Right.
Which was to
I
advertise.
think you're
Yeah.
gonna go.
All right, how do you vote?
Answer some questions.
What's the motion?
It was to advertise it for the 22nd at 7 o'clock. And
All
Should you
comers.
need to if you have not come to a decision, correct? Your motion should include, should you need to advertise for a meeting if you have not come to a decision by the 18th? Correct?
Yeah,
I think Jackie should be the supervisor.
yeah. She didn't put her name in.
Which she could on the 22nd. My point exactly.
Just,
Okay.
So the motion we have is for the April 22nd meeting at 7
Yeah,
p.m.
let's just vote on it.
To anybody and everybody.
Okay. Let's just vote on
You
it.
gotta be a resident of
Just to
Township
get rid of
Township,
For
not
you.
anybody.
For
and
you.
How do you
everybody.
vote?
I don't know what the motion is, I'm not voting on something I don't know.
No. Is that what you said?
I don't know what the motion is.
Okay. She said it was
No,
the motion, good, that's all I needed. No, I vote no.
It's, Ed, it should also
No.
include the
Okay,
term.
everybody voted
Just to
no.
serve out the end
Now.
of the term, the end of the
Doug,
year.
what did you vote?
I didn't vote because I didn't understand. But I will vote no, make it unanimous.
Yes, okay.
We got one.
Yeah. I think we had another one earlier. All right,
All no's.
everybody voted no.
Now we're back.
All right, now,
Motion to approve the funding for advertising if necessary.
right,
There you go.
second.
Motion to approve.
Fund the
Approve
advertising.
the funding for the advertising